Welcome back to the JP and Carl podcast with your host Carl and
JP.
And today we got two of our near and dear guests that, you know, they've been here before. Y'all know Axel, y'all know Max. This is the first time us recording our new setup, our new place. We're really excited to be here. And today you probably wonder why we brought these two clowns over here.
I'm always ready to entertain.
It's because, you know, a lot has happened since our last political chat. Really?
Yeah.
What?
What?
It's like a quick catch up from where we left off.
Yeah.
We did say we were going to talk about this stuff again.
Yeah, we did.
As you know, on January 6th, in 2021, something crazy happened in the Capitol building with a bunch of rioters and traitors and
wait. I think they had an invitation though.
That's right. You're right.
A bunch of
They might have had an invitation.
bunch of radicals.
Are you serious?
A bunch of radicals. And not Trump doesn't claim these people.
Right.
You know, they're he's on the right side of history.
Wait. When did he stop claiming them?
You don't claim them. You don't tell Capitol.
Was that before or after the rising?
After the rising. A lot has happened, and I just thought it would be a great time to just get you guys' thoughts on everything that pertained to that event. So my first question for you guys was, how do you guys perceive the rioters or protesters at first, and do you guys agree with what they were trying to accomplish?
I'll let somebody go first.
Nah, actually, you can read that. Go ahead.
You know, it's something. It's crazy that we're talking about this today because I was driving on NPR. I heard a crazy stat. I think it was like 1 in 5 people that's been arrested that went to the Capitol is in the military.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
Wow.
no, I know. Yeah, no, yeah.
Facts.
No, yeah, definitely.
When I heard that, I was just like,
I'm not surprised, honestly.
see, yeah, no, just like Max, I'm not surprised. There's very few things nowadays that surprise me. There's a lot of disappointment that's going around.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, right? I mean, obviously, you know, being black and African American, it's just like if it was black people that had been there, we all know what outcome would have been, right?
No.
Yeah.
There is that, but for me, I think it's beyond that. It's the one thing that I keep like talking. It's just the hypocrisy that just keep going around and everyone is ignoring that.
100%. 100%. Because, like, what is the American society? Like, you're building stuff on, is this capitalism? Is it communism? What is going on here? You're just doing whatever you want at this point. You have no regard for the structure of politics and policy that you have.
Especially
Like,
right now, bro.
How can you try to fight something that is put in place so that this thing can't happen, but it's still happening?
Alright, well, hold on. Before you go, Carl, I know you got a lot to say. I'm gonna be controversial. To keep it a stack with you, I think what happened at the Capitol needed to happen.
But wait, do you think it needs to happen from them, or did it need to happen from us?
Yes.
No.
A long time ago, because we should have been done that.
No, that's fact. That's fact. No, but let's keep it a stack. We wouldn't even get 10 feet of the Capitol.
That's the problem. That's
when you say it
hypocrisy.
needed to happen,
No, I say it needed to happen because there's an underlying frustration that is not being addressed.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Because a lot of people, look at the situation we're in. It's been a year since this COVID thing. They gave us what? 1,200 bills?
1800.
1800 divided by
9 months. Excuse me.
1800 divided by what? 8 months? How much is that a month?
Let's do 9 months. So that's like $200 a month.
So it's like a lot of people are out of work not by their choice.
50 a week.
Yeah. No, for real. Like a lot of people are not by their choice. They can't find work, so they're struggling. So my thing is that this is what the government is supposed to be for. I understand we're supposed to be in a capitalist nation, but we're not. It just seems like the money is going to one place consistently, and it's not falling back to us, which is what our taxes pay for. So what are we doing?
So
I disagree with Max.
So the purpose behind the riots.
Go ahead, Carl.
The purpose behind the riots, their cause was to stop the election of Joe Biden to go through, and it was to me. I found the protesters to be very, I want to say, misinformed, even like delusional. Another word.
What are Trump supporters in general? But it's not really. I've never met from the average Trump supporter. Doesn't really know why they're supporting Trump.
That's a fact.
They don't have like a basis behind it. They just say, well, okay, I like Trump.
They go off how they feel, yeah.
They're going off feelings.
And for me, it was just like, if you understood the basic laws and the basic structures on how these like congressional hearings even go, that hearing that they were having that day on the Capitol had nothing to do with Joe Biden was going to get elected or not. It was just a formality. It's like getting a diploma at graduation. It's a formality. Just because you don't show up, it doesn't mean you're not going to get the diploma. Yeah. So these people, and I guess to Trump's manipulation with words on Twitter, these people were convinced that if they go in there, hang pants,
not just hang pants,
hang pants, hang like the other people who were just gonna follow procedure. Poor them, they're just following the procedure.
Yeah.
They correlated that with agreement of Joe Biden getting elected when it had nothing to do with them. It was the will of the people to begin with, and then on top of that, because they're not on, they kind of disown Joe Biden throughout that process. Not Joe Biden, Trump throughout that process, and kind of just follow through with the custom American tradition of, okay, time to pass the power to the next guy. They took that as Mike Pence and all those guys are going against the conservative, they're traitors against like the Trump empire, and pretty much we're gonna go there because if we hang Pence and we stop this, we'll have our country back. That was really,
whatever that means.
That was really like the train of thought, and it's like
who took their country? I want to know. Where did they go?
It was just really fascinating to just, when I went back and just read just the train of thought of like where they were going with this. It's like, in theory, I guess it sounds nice. If it would even make more sense if it was during the Electoral College hearing that they went in there and they just went crazy and they stopped it. That's actually doing something. That would have been them doing something.
Yeah.
But the fact that they did that on like graduation day, I already got my diploma.
Who cares?
Like, if it's paying Pence, like, Joe Biden was still gonna be president.
Which is a crazy concept because Mike Pence isn't a Democrat whatsoever.
So wait, they were literally gonna hang him?
They wanted to hang him because
they were chanting. All these things are alleged.
They were chanting,
right? But they were chanting, but alleged for our protection. Alleged.
No, going back to Max. Here's why I said I disagree with you. Right? When you said that it was necessary, I feel like when you use the word necessary, right? The means have to, with the ends, just have to justify the means, right?
Okay.
We haven't seen anything from all the cause of distraction, a lot of annoyance, a lot of rage. So you're saying it was necessary to what degree? So I'm like, to me, there's no necessity with the whole situation that happened. And to make it even worse, we're not even talking about the fact that like this was a terrorist act that they did.
Yeah, it's a domestic terrorist act.
We're not even talking about that. That's the crazy. So when you say it's necessary, I'm like, no, relax.
And that's the media just downplaying it again. Sides, because for me, and this was going to be a question, but we're not actually getting into this. For me, what was more alarming about that whole incident was, okay, BLM, however you feel about Black Lives Matter. Whether the looting, the rioting, the movement, the
association.
Just however you felt about it. At the end of the day, there was a cause, there was something happening, and they did it for reasons that felt just. No matter what side you are, this is how they felt about it, right? So once media source covers it like it's righteousness and it's the greatest thing that ever happened. Another media source like Fox and conservatives like this is straight up rioting, disrespecting the country, disrespecting the police. Fine. Right? Fine. So when people on your side of ideology do this, you want to disown them almost, and then on top of that, you have certain conservative media members trying to condone them, justify them, and that's where they lost me completely because I'm just like, okay. I would understand if you had the same energy that you had for the Black Lives Matter.
That's nothing new. That's not new.
I just want to point out.
That's how it goes.
That's what it is.
The hypocrisy. I just wanted to point out the hypocrisy. Because to me it was just really fascinating that these people, all summer, not even, since the spring, all summer, Black Lives Matter, it's they're just rioting, they're looting. What good is going to come in?
They're a terrorist movement.
But then they go on Capitol.
Kill some cops.
Crazy.
Died.
Now people died. And you call them protesters? No. Call them rioters, looters, call them terrorists, call them everything that you try to give the same. Like when people were advocating for their rights, freedom of speech, this and that, it only applies to one side, but when another side does it, all of a sudden it's different. And it's very slick because I watched the media's tone of it. First day it's terrorism, then they slowly were like, oh, it's protesting, it's patriots. Then
they dial it back.
They started dialing it back until
that was a good strategy though by them.
It was. First day, outrage.
Right.
How could they do this? Second day,
because they had to have that stance at least at one point, even though it doesn't end there.
Yup.
It started there.
They gotta retain viewership because they know these clowns are gonna go back and watch them, so they have to retain outrage. They're terrorists. A few days later, well, you know, when the Black Lives Matter was doing it, I was like, whoa. Come on, like, where's the hypocrisy in all this? And that was my biggest thing. That was my biggest takeaway. And you know,
I remember watching it. I was at home. I was working. I was just like, I could keep watching this and get more enraged, so I could just turn the TV off and just go back to my work. I just turned the TV off, and I didn't want to hear about it because the more you hear and like how much they got away with, you just like, it's crazy.
But here's my thing. My thing is like the writers. I don't know about you guys, but I got a tone where I'm like, I'm paying more attention. It's like these guys want to go back to being ruled by kings and queens, bro. I don't know if you guys picked up on that or even noticed that because it just seems like they're lost. And that's why Trump, like, they pretty much sold their soul to Trump in a sense. It's like he is their master.
They sold their souls to capitalism.
They're saying now, oh, if Trump makes another party, 30% of them are gonna rock with that party. I'm just like, what?
But you have to understand why they're doing that. And the thing is that I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. They're doing it because they feel that Trump speaks for what they believe in.
Yes.
And this is why. And honestly, believe it or not, I think it's a great thing because I believe that the party should split more.
Yeah.
I think there should be more selection and where we've talked about this, where we're casting our votes and where we're putting, because you know what, there should be pressure. There should be a Patriot Party. The Republican Party should split, just like I feel the Democratic Party should split.
I agree.
Because I think these people are so comfortable just being Democrat, Republican that they know they're always going to play this game of power. They're always going to be in power, and that, you know, it is what it is. If it's not us, you don't like us. Well, they're worse. And that's really the game that they've been playing forever. So to that point, I don't agree with nothing that anybody in the Patriot Party probably stands for, but if it's the notion of the Republican Party having to split and create more parties, great. For me, I think that's great, fantastic, you know, because
it'll kind of help us to really see the division within the parties as well, and see who is like really far right or really far left.
Mm-hmm.
Not lip service. Let's see what you really stand for.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Republican Party likes to have this fake thing where they think they're always unified, which is not true.
No, it's not. They are.
No, they're unified under money.
There you go.
Yeah, that's their Lord and Savior. Yes, when it comes to money, they all fold like sheeps, but they're not really unified. Let's be honest.
I mean, that's the thing that keeps them in line, money.
Let me ask you guys,
Democrats as well.
Talking about the rioters, what level of responsibility you put on them, and what level of responsibility you put on Trump?
Well, no. For me, honestly, I'll say this: Trump is I blame Trump 100% because if you look back at his speech, he said we cannot let our country let our country be taken. We have to show strength. We cannot show.
I can't.
He pretty much that's all they need.
So you're saying the rioters took his words literally.
Yeah, they know for them. He
that's his fault though.
No, that's what I'm asking.
It's not 100% his fault because when Obama was president, if Obama told the nation to go shoot a bunch of white people, I'm not actually gonna do that shit. Like, it don't matter. Like, that's not sense.
Yeah, because you have common sense, but these guys are cult members.
So what I'm saying, what you're saying is that if you don't have the intelligence to decipher, then it's ultimately the person who said those words fault.
It doesn't even come down. Sometimes the intelligence is just
common sense.
Not common sense.
It's intention.
Yes, they know what they want to do. It's not that they don't want. They want to do it.
They're looking for that confirmation.
Exactly.
And to tell the truth, if it wasn't gonna be from Trump, it was gonna be from somebody else. They were gonna find that confirmation. That's why for me,
I don't believe that.
No, I do.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe eventually,
I
like
agree.
some of the leaders, like the Proud Boys, eventually it would have come to something like that.
yeah, probably not as radically or quickly, but I feel like those people will. And you see, that's why it's so hard because it's like I'm not someone who views at the world in the sense of how I feel. I look at how things happen, you know. So I'm someone who is just like I make direct correlations. I always am a person where
It's like look for dots.
if I didn't say this and someone wants to interpret what I said and did their action, then you're gonna blame me for it after. I put that. If I'm in that position, I'd be tight because it's like you interpreted what you wanted to interpret out of my words, and you did what you're gonna do, knowing that you were gonna do what you're gonna do anyways.
Exactly.
You just want to use my words as something to hide behind or something to rally you together to inspire you to do it, but you were gonna do it anyways. And that's my thing. I feel.
But see, here's the thing. Having said that, how much is Trump to blame, and how much are they to blame?
I'm not gonna say he's 100% innocent either. He's not. He's not 100% innocent.
I'll take it back 100%,
No.
but he is to blame for a good amount because the guy literally said we cannot take back the country with weakness. We have to show strength.
You know what? I don't even give Donald Trump that much sense in himself.
But I feel like, see, I don't like that. That's
He was just trying to get reelected. That's all it was. He was the one to get reelected. He was saying whatever he had to say to the people that who voted for him.
Honestly,
see, I feel like we've always given Trump a pass.
I'm not here.
You don't give him because I don't give him enough credit. He's not smart to me.
Yes, he's an idiot.
Here's the thing.
But he knows how to talk.
It's interesting that you said that. Here's the thing. Is Trump stupid or is he smart? Because
It's a hard job.
because you can't be both.
That's
Because the same people we argue for him
all the time.
That's why. That's what I'm saying.
Right,
Because if he's stupid, right? This is what I'm saying. Humor me. If he's stupid, then the things that he says he can't be held accountable.
Exactly.
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No, but based on your definition, when you just said,
It's in code, bro.
now it's in code. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. That's how you feel. Because remember, you just said it. Oh, those guys should be held liable, even if they're dumb.
Trump created a law that said if anything happens to national things, you should get in 10 years. Bro.
So are you smart? Is he smart or stupid?
I think he's very selective. Let's be honest, bro.
I personally think. Because if I side with the side of smart, right? What I am saying is he's a genius. He's spoken cold. This guy got the message.
What I think.
And they went crazy. Like they went crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I said Trump is smart. He knows what he's doing. And no. It's one of those. He knows what he's doing, and he knows he has the insulation around him to not get in trouble, depending on the things he's doing. Because if it was anybody else who was done, like we all know this, any other person who had done a fraction of what Trump has done,
they'd be in jail.
Oh, wow. I would have forgotten about them a long time ago. But the smartest thing Trump ever did while he was still president is he surrounded himself with loyal people.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
Listen, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why they're loyal. I'll tell you why they're loyal.
What?
They got fired by. Have you ever heard anybody say anything about him?
Because they're getting paid to be quiet, bro. That's not me saying.
Whether they're paid, or not.
No, like literally, Kellyanne Conway is getting paid 15 bands a month to be quiet, bro. That's not me saying it.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're proving my point, though. He's smart.
Yeah, he's smart because
He knows what he's doing.
He put the people around him that knows that get run by the dollar.
Yes.
That's it, bro. Because you can't control someone with integrity.
Exactly.
You can't. For real.
You can't even buy that money and think he's gonna run his mouth.
You can't control people who have integrity. At the same time, you really can't control people who don't give a fuck either. So it's like a mixed bag. But it's like he surrounded himself around people where he can tell us to shut up or disappear.
Exactly. They have a certain level of integrity that they know what they're doing, but also the money also runs them. Where it's like they value money more than some of them than their integrity. So it's like, yeah, I'll take my money and go, shut up somewhere and keep collecting that paycheck. As long as like he's not bothering me. Matter of fact, he's paying me to be quiet. I get my money and be quiet.
I mean, that's what the pardon is for Steve Bannon. He's like, I get you out, you shut up. Right? Right.
He knows what he's doing, and he gets a pass every time.
And I think that's been the argument for the past 4 years. For me, it's always been: is he smart or is he stupid? Because if you're saying he's stupid, then you cannot say he's calculated all the things he said. He's dumb. He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Then he just says things just to say he's not really thinking shit. But if he's smart, right? Even if he's doing things that appear to be stupid, it means that he's doing it purposely for an end goal.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I'm convincing myself that he's smart. He's smarter. He's smarter than I think we realize he is. I think he because think about it. He's like you said. He's insulated under his own arrogance. Ignorance and arrogance.
Yes,
he really is. It's not an excuse.
They're fighting. His lawyers are fighting his impeachment trial right now, claiming, "Oh my goodness, First Amendment."
What?
They're claiming First Amendment. Like, are you kidding me? To what level do you have somebody incite an insurrection and still claim First Amendment and get away with it? Trump might get away with it.
He's going to get away with it, and that's what I'm saying.
He's going to get away with it.
He's getting away with it, bro. I will put bread on it, bro. I will put.
You know why he's getting away with it? Because the establishment is going to meet with him behind closed doors and tell him, "Y'all laugh."
No, it's true.
Tell him, if you shut the fuck up for 5 years, dude. That's good, and you can come back in a blaze of glory. We just need you. Honestly, I'm convinced that he's quiet for a reason.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I think he would find a way to voice his opinion.
I believe that.
Because he loves attention, bro. I feel like there's already something already being worked behind the scenes that's telling him, yo, shut up, and you'll be able to, get all these charges, all these things against you. You'll be able to walk free.
But let me ask you this:
money.
Do you think they're gonna? Do you think they're gonna get rid of everything, or only like certain bad things that like in court he would have a big time with, and then they'll leave the things where like they know he's probably gonna win if he goes to court? Do you think that would be even more genius? Do you wipe the slate clean, or like only part of it?
No, they're not wiping the slate clean. What they want to do. No, what they want to fundamentally do is bar him from running. So if they impeach him and it goes through and everything goes through, he's not getting no.
I thought it failed though. No. I thought the impeachment failed though.
No, they impeached him, but they didn't convict. He's got impeached twice, but never convicted.
Yeah, because he got impeached, but I think that of course, the Republicans in the establishment didn't vote.
The first time, yes. The second time, they're fighting.
They're fighting. Okay. The first time, they were like, nah.
But here's the consequence. This is what I'm saying. So when do we start holding these niggas accountable for the shit that they do? Because what does a guy have to do to go to jail? Honestly, let's keep it a stack, bro.
Did you ever watch The Wolf of Wall Street?
Because let's be honest.
Because you got money.
Niggas will get 20 years for weed, bro.
It don't matter.
But Trump did this. Got 5 people killed, and he's still here, bro.
But that's because you are because the thing is that how you feel can't actually. That's what's great about this country. You can't feel something and bring that into court of law and say this is how I feel about it. Like, because it has to be, you can't say he killed 5 people because there has to be a direct correlation that Trump went out there himself, led the marches, and was just like, all right, let's go. I got a sword in the air and said, all right, guys, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And he did that.
Oh my bad, he sent a tweet. He was like, I'm gonna keep this shit real quick.
Because Max, think about it, bro. Think about it. That means everybody who tweet crazy stuff, right? That tweet crazy stuff is liable.
That's like saying all the rappers that talk about killing and drugs,
they're liable in their city for the crime. You can't do that, bro. You can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
he's a scumbag, but it can't happen that way.
With Trump, right? The reason why I feel like he can't claim First Amendment, right? It's like, yes, I get it. You can say whatever you want, but if what you say is leads to an insurrection, that's not first speech anymore, bro. You can't claim first speech.
And secondly, but not freedom from consequences.
No, it's not even freedom of speech anymore. And which is me to my second point. If you hold like a public office, especially that's the biggest office there is, right? You know your words carry weight. Yes. You just can't be going around saying whatever you want to say because First Amendment free speech. You can't say that. So I get it. We can't give everybody a pass. No, we can give everybody else a pass who, rappers don't hold any public office. Right. So whenever they say, I'm gonna kill somebody, I wouldn't know. Some of them might actually do it, and some of them have done it. But it's like, nobody cares. They don't hold anything. For someone in a public office to say stuff like that, we can't just give them a pass all the time.
Axum, I hear you. You're 100% correct. You really are. You're 100% correct. But we live in reality. And the reality is, no, for real. Like, hear me out for a second. We live in reality. The reality is he an American citizen? Yeah. Does he have freedom of speech?
Yes.
It's a yes or no question.
No. Have you ever done a flow chart before?
Yes.
You know how flow charts work, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you go, is he a president? No, is he U.S. citizen? Yes. All right. Okay. Does this U.S. citizen hold any public office? Yes or no? Then you say, all right. If you say yes, then the rules should be different than if you say
Should. I agree with you, but
What is it?
you're talking about moral integrity versus actual.
It's not even, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Look. I'm not even talking about moral integrity.
No, but you are though.
No, look. Forget moral integrity. We're talking. What is it?
No, but I get what you're saying. For example, if I go to my job in a corporate setting and I'm wearing
ethics.
it's ethics.
That's what it is. It's like, bro, if you hold a public office, there's certain things like expected out of you.
Yes, it's true. Like if I go to a corporate setting, I can't be wearing sweatpants. I get what you're saying. But to tell you the truth, in that corporate setting, that's the actual rules for working here. When you sign that contract, you sign that you're not wearing sweatpants here. Yeah. There's a business casual decorum that you have to have. So, but that doesn't say that for public office.
We're talking about ethics.
I think ethics is in every job that you take.
Ethics was Donald Trump that came and said, I grabbed him by the pussy and then got elected after that? Are we serious?
But that goes without saying. Ethically speaking, that goes without saying. You would think that if you're a leader of any nation, you can't just go around saying and doing whatever you want.
So you're trying to tell me, for me to become a professional engineer, taking my PE license, I have to go through ethics. But for the president,
That's what I'm saying.
you just disregard it?
Which is crazy because it's like when you sit down for a job, they talk about a code of ethics that you have to have before when you get into. It's crazy, right?
You know what's crazy? And you renew it every year. They go back and send the emails. Did you
exactly?
Did he not get his survey 4 years in a row?
He probably just looked at it and was like, nah, this don't apply to me. This is not my thing. But listen, you're 100% right. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at it like from a very bland viewpoint, he does have freedom of speech, but that's not to say it doesn't go without consequence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And I agree with you there.
Except he's not facing the consequences.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, man.
I mean, it's a mixed bag of nonsense, but I mean, hey, at the end of the day, what can you
It's
do?
not a mixed bag. It's a
clear bag. We know what's in it.
It's a clear bag. You know where you think it from.
So he's a genius, bro. That's what I'm saying. He's a genius, bro. Because that's the thing. It's like CNN will go all day say he's dumb, he's this, he's. But I'm just like, bro, okay, is he really dumb?
If he is, lock this man up.
Exactly.
Next week. I want him to
Is he really dumb when you're giving him this free press all day, 24 hours? Like, you're doing his campaign for him, bro.
Yeah, Donald Trump won because he got $2 billion in free ad, bro. They talked about this clown every single day.
Everybody was probably like, oh, I'm curious about this guy. Oh, he got some things that I like. I'm gonna vote for him. Yo, but that being said, I think the era of Trump has set.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's only beginning.
In the Oval Office, right? For now, for 4 years at least, right?
God forbid this man get back in at some point. I don't know.
I mean, if he gets back in, he's gonna have the
If
greatest
he
4
gets
years.
back, I'm gonna make some bets and win some good money.
But
He'll never get back in.
Okay.
never say that.
I can.
If we put that law in that we talked about before about old people
Oh yeah, with the term
then we'll be all set.
yeah, with the term
But-
yeah, but they.
I won't say never.
No, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he's not gonna run again. How old is Trump right now? 70s. 70.
He's above 70.
70, right? So the earliest he can run again, he'll be around 78, 79. Right?
Maybe in his 80s, I think.
Yes, no one is gonna vote for Trump in his 80s.
We got sleepy
No. Here's a reason.
Sleepy Joe barely got in because he's still in his 70s.
No,
poor
If he
guy.
was clocking that 78, 77 up, he was not gonna get
Poor
it.
guy, man. Joe Biden can't even form sentences out taking his wake me up.
It's a stutter, man. Come on. Don't joke.
Oh, yo, y'all serious? Okay,
stutter.
he's not stuttering, bro. Yo, he's losing his mind, bro. Are you serious? You haven't seen old videos of this man, bro.
Sancho hasn't seen the videos, bro. Joe Biden is not even awake half the time.
Joe Biden be like, what?
Don't do
Joe
that.
Biden,
Don't
Are you serious?
he's got a stutter just like I do.
what? So, and you don't give it
Respectfully, it's not.
Please, I beg. That's what. No. Here's the thing. Just because he's got a stutter, I'm not saying everything he says should be blamed because of that. He says some dumb shit
Biden
a lot of
was talking
times.
about lifeguards.
But listen, like I
He
just
thought
said,
he was running for the Senate, bro.
Yeah,
He thought he was running for Senate.
you know what's so funny? Is that you have
Yes, he
like,
thought he was running for the Senate. Bro.
Look.
Running for the Senate, bro.
look. It's so funny that like you have like literally you have a handful of examples you can pick up for Biden, but for Trump we can literally sit here for an hour and pick only things he did in the first month
He always-
while he was in the office.
Still talking about Trump.
Exactly. Trump, like, let's get this guy passed. Let's get Biden passed.
that's what I said. Joe Biden, not a pass. Joe Biden do nothing, bro. He's still working. He
He hasn't even been in office for a month, bro.
I'm coming at Joe Biden because it's funny. But
Okay.
Joe Biden, expectations for him. What do you guys? Because
Let me make it very simple. Let me make it very
He
simple.
already knows.
No, let me make it very simple for you. If Biden doesn't pass the 2 bans that he promised,
He better give us
hold
1,400.
on.
That's
He
already
said
out.
2 bans, bro.
That's already out.
No, he
That's
said
already
2 bans. If he doesn't pass the 2 bans that he promised and do something about student loans, he's not getting reelected again. I will bet any money with anybody about that.
Honestly, he shouldn't get reelected.
I agree with you on one of those. I agree with you on one of those. But here's the
It's
thing.
not about age, bro.
If
And
Biden,
those 2 alone, bro,
Look,
guarantee it.
look, if Biden somehow, with the grace of God, gets this COVID situation under control and does something about those student loans, he will get reelected.
Yes.
Yeah,
No, I
I
agree.
agree with that.
No, I agree 100% with that. My expectation
That
for
2,000 though, you can forget about that.
Yeah, that's not.
It went to 1,400. It's gonna go down maybe to 1,000. And now they're saying that.
Come on.
Yeah, now they're giving it to only certain people that need
With
it.
like 50 bands a year,
Yeah.
75. But my expectation for him is simple. I know he literally said, if I get elected, nothing will fundamentally change. That's what I expect from him. That's what I'm saying. He won't get elected again if he doesn't do that. But other than that, he is a milquetoast Republican that will do the same thing again. And we will get no progress on nothing.
Oh, listen, I'm tired of that word progress. Because let's be real. Let's be real about that word progress. It's like the example I gave like earlier off camera. You have a car, right? You get a car, brand new car, whatever, brand new car. The car has no heat. It comes with no heat.
You knew this? You knew this prior to getting a car?
You knew. So let's just say that they come up with an event to say they create the car for the first time. This is how our country works. Create a car for the first time. Then they said, okay, the car has no heat in it. The car comes with no heat, brand new, no heat. So, you know, as the president, I'm gonna use Democrats in this example. The Democratic president will be like, we need to put heat in this car. The Republicans will fight you. Oh, where we live, it's hot. We don't need it. It don't matter to us. But you know what? You can put heat in the car so long as we don't have the airbags.
What? So
the Democrats are like, bipartisanship, let's put the heat in the car and then they take out the airbags. Then when the Republican becomes president, they go like this, okay, the car has no airbags. The car has no airbags. How can they take out the airbags? And on top of that, where's the AC? There's no AC. It's hot down here. It's hot down here. We create a new problem. The Democrats are
we don't need it.
we don't need AC.
Yeah.
We already got the heat. The airbags, you can negotiate for the airbags. So they put back the airbags, no one gets the AC,
They lose suspension.
and they lose the suspension.
That's literally.
Oh,
That's literally
they lose the suspension. Then they say, oh, it's because the far right didn't want to agree with us because it was too expensive. We can't get everything we want. This is the best solution we can come with. So my problem with this country is progression just means taking one step forward and 10 steps backwards.
That's a fact.
That's it.
That is
But
a
on that
fact.
same car, they'll put the most expensive gun.
Exactly.
They don't have a whole rocket launcher.
It'll have the best paint job on the car. That's fitting rims, everything.
Everything, but it can't be
all useless things too.
Then
Useless.
4 years, then 10 years from then they'll be like, there's no windshields. We didn't feel like the windshields was needed. But guess what? We have AC now. We have AC, heat, and we have suspension in one time. Not both times.
That's sad.
That's our country, bro. Like, I'm tired of this false sense of like progression. I'm tired of this stress load, this weight that was on Democrats 2 months ago. It's now gone because Trump is out the building. We have no problems anymore.
Right.
This country is fixed. You know, we're great. You know, Joe Biden's our president. No. That's just not how I want. I feel like we're just so comfortable just siding with a party and just being like, as long as they fix like certain problems that we want.
I'm just hoping that
that's all they can do.
Like, as we're talking here, and as the younger generation come up and have more of these conversations and notice that the progress isn't happening, that something's got to give. In a sense, because the older people, they don't care. They got Trump out, they're happy now. Everything went back to the same.
Everything went back to what? To Ricky Dory, same thing.
Went back to the same, technically, but their thing is different.
No. We think they're fooled.
They're trying to
They're fooled.
95% of the public that everything's going back to the same.
Yeah.
They're saying their normal and our normal is different. Our normal is just every day. Except we don't have to hear a guy on a podium acting like a dictator all day.
Yeah, okay.
Their normal is, this guy, finally he's gone. We can now just do our backup corporate deals. You know, we can keep everything quiet. We don't have this clown exposing us, saying things about us, this, that, and the third. That's what they're happy about. Yeah. When Ted Cruz can just give money to billionaires in freaking Texas and no one knows about it, that's what he's happy about.
Yeah.
That's what they're happy about.
That's how he gets reelected.
That's how he gets reelected. When Nancy Pelosi can go around and wear she looked ridiculous. Like wearing that smock and going on I don't know what she was wearing. And going on her knees. They need to help her off the ground practically. And do lip service and just show you for the cause. That's what they want to go back to doing.
Symbolism. Symbolist nonsense that accomplishes nothing.
A car with no engine, bro.
There's no weight to whatever they're doing.
Yeah, it's symbolism. They'll give you that all day, but things that actually change your life, improve your life for the better, it doesn't exist.
Not at all, bro.
Who's gonna pay for it? We are.
Not them. As long as money's cycling back in their pockets, they're good. And that's the thing with me. I just hope that I'm never someone when the next president comes in, I wish bad on them. I wish them well. I want them to succeed because if they succeed, we all succeed. We all benefit from it. But these conversations need to happen more amongst younger people. I like that young people are getting more actively involved in the political system. And it shouldn't be because we got like a black guy or Asian guy, Hispanic guy representing us. We should be engaged regardless. You know, we should always be engaged because guess what? These people that we're allowing them to do these things. We really are.
Yeah, no, it really is.
We really are. We're allowing them to do these things. And you know what? To the credit to the people in the Capitol riots, to their credit, at least they went over there to do something.
And that's what I'm saying.
And I don't agree with what they did, but they took it to the people.
They gave them a wake up call they needed in a sense.
So I'm like, why don't we
kill them? They want them to kill them.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
why don't we do that?
You're gonna get shot, bro.
No, you're right. But what I'm saying, like, not necessarily even have to go to Capitol Building. For example, I was talking to wifey, and I was telling her, if every young person said tomorrow, we are not entering a school facility until we get in there for free, they'll overturn that shit in like I guarantee a month or 2 months. Yeah. If we stood up for something, if we were like, we're not going to we're not gonna, for example, we're not gonna work. You know, everybody one day was just like, you know what?
Because if they're not collecting student loan debt, if people are not paying tuition,
no one's going to school.
No one's going to school. They're gonna be losing.
They're gonna be losing everything. Or you go like, you know what? Everybody in America is just like, you know what? We're not gonna work until this happens. They're gonna change it. They're gonna go straight to Congress that week, I guarantee you, and have conversations.
That's facts, but the thing is, it's almost impossible to organize that much.
The amount of people and collectiveness you need for that.
The reason why I say it's not true because if you look at France, whatever they want. The people of France, when they don't want something, they don't work, bro.
The reason why I say it's impossible is because the example you just gave is in Europe. You're not gonna give me any other country That would never happen in America, bro. Are you kidding me?
People are too self-centered.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. When I first moved here,
I'm good. I don't care about
I had such a sense of like country.
Yes.
For my own country.
Yes.
But I noticed that people here don't care. They just care about themselves.
It's called empty patriotism. That's what a lot of white people. That's what they have. It's just look it up. It's just like look. A lot of people you see in America, right? People have flags of the U.S. everywhere you go on their shirts, in the lawn, everywhere. You go to other places, bro. It's like okay. I mean, they have flags here and there, but it's not like. And those people get so patriotic, like you said. As soon as they're not happy with something the government is doing, everyone is marching together. They're going to do something about it. That's not empty patriotism. America, that's what we have. We have flags everywhere in the lawn. But as soon as we're not comfortable with something, it's like, you go do it first. No, I'll do it if you go do it first. So I'm good over here. You know what? I don't feel like doing it anymore.
Actually, it's simple. It's like what JP said. It's simple. As long as I'm good, I don't care what's happening with you. That's it.
But we'll go around and say, oh, America's great. America's great.
How are you?
No,
Great.
it's free.
You know what I'm saying? As long as I'm good, I don't care how everyone is eating. But and you can see that just by our nature. Just like when our own community, we don't support each other in simple stuff. Like you expect people to like blow in like their business and do things like that, but you won't even go to their shop because you automatically have a sense of just false competition or false hate or whatever. Instead of thinking of it as an opportunity to promote both of you guys, you think it as direct competition. So jealousy, this, and the third. So imagine that on just a grand scale in just America. So it's like you're gonna be like, I'm not gonna sacrifice my millions for your thousands.
Yeah.
But what does that mean? Does that make sense to me? No, it doesn't make sense to people. And that's how Americans think. Americans think as individuals, not as country. Not at all. Not at all. Because if we thought as country, then, come on, if we thought as country, we wouldn't even have half the racial issues that's deep-rooted into our system that we have. Come on, if we really thought about like just pure like equality amongst people, we wouldn't even have these issues. The fact that it took this country...
We're too individualistic over here.
Oh, so individualistic. The fact that like, you know, and this is what gets me wrong with like black folks, and this is getting off topic, but this is what gets me wrong with just like us, like actually people, like black people in general in this country is that we're so divided within ourselves, but then at the same time we look for a handout from like the white man to solve our problems. On top of that, also we want these things to happen, but we don't even understand like the history behind why these things happen and stuff like that. Like when people are telling like Abraham Lincoln is great and like and Barack Obama and all, I'm just like, bro, like calm down. Like you understand like the only reason why, and this is why we're so divided still, is like the only reason why, for example, slavery was a discussion was because it was dividing the union, not because it was something that Abraham Lincoln wanted to get rid of. No, it was just dividing union. And because the rest of the Western world was moving way past the point of slavery at that point. But I mean, that was still America's problem. But I think in the I don't want to misquote it, but in that time period, Europe was already getting away from slavery because that's what was happening over there, Industrial Revolution. So it was like for them, it was just like. I am of the belief where it was just like, why we still have slaves when we can make money off machines instead of people? That may cost a little bit, but in the long run, the profit is going to be a lot bigger. So for me, it was never, I never look at it as like, oh, they freed us in the first place because, there's a right or wrong thing to do. No, there might have been people who really were doing it advocated for it. Yeah. But I'm not of the overall consensus that, this was an evil that one part of the nation was for and another part wasn't, and they wanted to fight that fight. No, I don't believe that at all. And it comes down to even today, where I'm going to go back to the point of looking out for a helping hand from the white man to solve our issues. It's like a lot of the problems that we have is yes, there's generational things that happen from our ancestors, but a lot of it also happens where we don't have accountability in our own community, where everything that we do, we can just go simply to just say, my great-great-grandfather was oppressed by a white man, and this is why this is happening to us now. But it's like, where is any sense of accountability of your own situation and what's going on right now? Because I always ask this question, and no one can dispute me. If a black man wanted to be a millionaire in America, can he become a millionaire? Yes or no?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, right? So we're not financially oppressed, right? Systemically oppressed. It's like the people, yes, I can say we are, but the people with the money controls that, right? Because I never see Jay-Z talk about how he's systematically oppressed. Jay-Z can do whatever he wants. Same with Barack Obama, right? He can essentially go and really do whatever he wants. So my point I'm trying to bring is that it's not to to not count the fact that, like, yes, there are systems that oppress us, and yes, there is trauma from the past that affects us to this day. But it's like a lot of these things that are happening in our society, especially in our community, we can change it for ourselves. We don't need for Joe Biden to create a law to for these things to happen. We as the minority can go up to that and apply pressure and say, we for example, if all the athletes decided we're not playing, we're not doing none of it, we're not gonna do none of it, what's gonna happen to American sports? It'll shit the bed. You know what I'm saying? That's just one example. It'll be a sacrifice for them, but one of the most richest, most influential people are doing that. Man, what if they all went and advocated for the whole group of us? Rich, successful people who look like us that go and advocate for these things for us. I want to change what happened versus just wearing t-shirts. That's pretty much what I'm saying, versus just wearing t-shirts. Because to me, that's cheap.
I agree, but
you know
what I've come to realize throughout the years that a lot of people don't know how to make a genuine sacrifice. They take
How
loss.
can you sacrifice when it's all about you?
There you go. And that's what
That's true.
You don't have any other purpose than self.
And that's why I say, that's why it's even a problem in our community, because it's like, no one, especially, I know us folks, bro, especially us, we'll ride out for our family, but if it's like somebody else, I think a lot of us, we really won't even, we honestly, let's keep it a stat, we really won't even like support or take a chance or sacrifice. We be like, his struggle is his struggle, that's not my problem.
Not me.
You know what I'm saying? Not me, yeah.
That's not how I am, though. That's what I'm saying.
No, I know you're not like that. JB, I know you're not like that.
I just wish more people. No, I'm not saying that to say anything. I'm just saying, like, I wish people were more. You help. That's just something that I was taught. That you help the next person.
Yeah.
It's always about helping the next person get to the next step.
But also, it's kind of hard to help when you're not in a good place either. You know?
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy about that too? I'll help you even if I'm not in that position.
Yeah,
There's very few. No, you're right. There's very few people that can do that, but most people, it's like, man, as much as
I get it. I
gotta take care of mine first. So it's like,
but there's something. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't. It's not. You can.
It's an action.
It's any action that you can give that can help that person go to the next step, and it doesn't. It doesn't always have to come from something that you don't have. You might have abundance of time to post shit on Instagram to help promote their business. What does that take out of you?
That's free.
Nothing.
And that's what I'm saying.
Money. They don't take nothing from you.
You can't support somebody on a large scale if you can't even do it on like basic stuff like that. Like you just like, I don't expect you to buy the sweater when you're not even posting it to begin with.
That's true.
You understand? So for me, it's just little stuff that goes a long way. Just little stuff really goes a long way. And I'm just saying, like, especially in our community, there's just a lot of things where we just think too much like individuals, and that's why we are in this. I think we're still in the same scenarios that we're in that predate us, and that's sad. You know, I'm not saying there was aspects of the society we haven't gotten better in, but there's aspects of the society which is covered up, which we got very worse in. For example, like the thing that's very alarming is our family structure in general in our communities is terrible. It's not good.
oh man,
It's terrible.
That's a whole different.
And that's a whole different conversation. And like, you know what I'm saying? And it's terrible. It's just not good. But you know, I'm always a thinker. You know, you guys are thinkers too, so my brain always goes into like different tangents like that. But ultimately, man, I have to say that piece about that. But
It had to be said.
that had to be said. But I mean, I think we should finish up with the free market.
like Bitcoin.
Oh my goodness, that whole debacle with the GameStop thing. Honestly, I always knew they were fake, but I didn't know they were this fake, bro. Wow. This whole, you scream capitalism all the time, free market, but as soon as
Hypocrisy.
the little man, as soon as the little man figured out a way to make bread, you lose your shit. Like, what? No, like that whole GameStop thing,
But also,
it pretty much confirmed what I was thinking, but it showed the U.S. The free market.
But look, I'll play devil's advocate on this one, right? I agree there's hypocrisy, obviously, because once little people started getting in, they was like, all right, shut it down for a little bit, let everybody else catch up, right?
They're like, hey,
That's a lot of power you got there.
It's like, whoa, what's
That's a lot of power you got
happening?
there.
This is not right. But here's what I'll say. I feel like what the Reddit, stock people were doing, is we can't have that either.
Oh, really?
We can't have
Why?
No.
Because they've been doing that for years.
Wait, why?
Actually, explain. I want to hear him.
What's the difference between the Reddit group that did that,
And a billionaire.
and the hedge fund people that are doing it all day.
Let me explain,
As a
though.
business, they just have that as a business.
I'll
What's the
explain.
difference?
I'll explain.
That's a
Right? I'll give you two reasons. Right? One, if the ready people, right, the brokers, whatever they are, if they really believe that GameStop stock is really worth that much value, right? Then they should keep buying stock and keep buying it, right? It's okay. No. Hang on.
They say they can't buy it.
No. Yo, give me a second. Let me explain.
Sorry.
Let me explain. If they really believe that's how much GameStop stock is, right? The same way we believe, Tesla stock is whatever, $2,000, whatever it is. The same way we believe Apple stock is that much. Let them keep buying it, right? But I feel like they only did it just because somebody on Wall Street said, it's not worth this much. So they just wanted to short the stock of the people on Wall Street. So they kept buying it just because it was a fad. Not everyone is buying stock. What's going to happen, which is already happening now, since it's not a fad anymore, people are not buying stock anymore, so it's starting to drop again.
Okay.
So we can't have the market, going back and forth. Just
The market's always
But it doesn't end.
No. Look. To a level where it's like people are just doing it, right? Just because I don't like what you're saying. So let me go get a whole bunch of people just to short your stock, and then we're gonna go back and forth.
But that's what
why not? That's what they do.
The free market is supposed to
The
be.
thing is, if they do it and they believe in the value
Some of them did.
of those things, right? Then let them do it, because at the end of the day, even if the fad runs out, you still have the people who believe in that stock that will keep buying
And
it.
they still buy it.
GameStop.
No, there's
GameStop.
some
No. Let
people
me give you an example.
genuinely bought the stock.
Let me give you an example. What has GameStop done in the past 5 years to get itself to the current, in the 21st century? GameStop it's still selling fucking
I thought they were about to close.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, no,
It's still like your regular store. You gotta go in and buy that.
It's like a Radio Shack.
Exactly.
No, but
It's soon enough they're gonna go bankrupt and they're gonna go out again. So it's not worth that value people are paying the money for.
I hear what you're saying, but what gives the other people?
What gives the hedge fund the right to do the same
The right
thing?
to destroy that company.
Here's what they did.
The right to destroy that company.
They didn't destroy the company. What they said was, given
They told us
given the trend of GameStop, the way it's going, they're gonna go bankrupt in such and such number of years.
Okay.
The Reddit brokers, what they saw was, you know what? We don't like that you're saying that. We so nostalgic about GameStop. We're gonna go and short your stuff.
But it's
And that's
What was gonna
It's
come
their
out
money.
of them doing it? Whatever they were gonna do. They said, okay,
Because it's
go back.
facts. It's facts, because you just said it yourself. It's like it's obsolete now. It's feel like they're just gonna go out of stuff.
So wait. The whole premise of this thing is, why the fuck should the people that already have the money make more money, and the people that don't have the money
Can't
not
make
make the
nothing.
money?
Exactly.
Why?
Why do you got to dictate?
Why?
No. You're confusing the questions. It's not that they're not making the money. It's how are they making the money, right? If you said, right, if let's say, let's stop thinking about GameStop for a second.
Okay.
Let's take Tesla for example,
Okay.
right? If the people on Wall Street said, currently right now, Tesla is gonna go bankrupt in the next 4 years.
Okay, I see what you're saying. People
Right?
don't stop.
And they say Tesla's gonna go bankrupt in the next 4 years, right? And so we're gonna bet $1,000 will go bankrupt in the next 4 years, right? And then you go, you know what? I don't believe you guys. Tesla currently the way it's doing, I believe in its value. It's so strong because Tesla is so strong. You know what? I'm gonna short your stock. And then you go and do that, then I believe you. I'm like, you know what, you're doing it for the right reasons because you believe in the value of Tesla, the way it's going. The value of GameStop, the way it's going right now,
No, but you're equating Tesla and GameStop. But fundamentally,
do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but I get what
Yeah.
you're saying, but at the same time, you don't get to dictate what's valuable. The people put their money in what they want. That's the free of the quote.
But people are not putting money in GameStop currently.
They were in the beginning. They were doing it. They were coming up, but.
So I
this
believe-
street
I believe-
blood murder because they were losing money.
I
So
believe-
you get to make money, but I don't because why?
Max, I don't believe you get my point.
I get your point, bro.
Explain it back to me.
I get your point. What you're saying is that these people get to dictate that this company is gonna fall because it's been falling. So they buy stocks to short it so it can fall faster. So they're making money. But as soon as a group of people here decide, oh no, we like this thing, we're gonna screw you over because you've been screwing them over. Did they have a problem? No, bro.
That's not what I'm arguing. No, you're right. I agree. What I said was that was wrong that they did, cut them off, right? The people who are buying the GameStop stock, what I'm saying is that they just wanted to buy it because everyone is buying it. It's high value right now. Let's do it.
How do you know that though?
That's the stock market.
How do you know that?
That's fundamentally the stock market.
Maybe they weren't investing as much, but maybe they still like GameStop.
Yeah, I'm here.
There are actual some people that they fuck with GameStop. Like they love GameStop.
But I think what Axel is saying is, but you guys get his point. I think I
get this.
The value of GameStop was nothing.
Right.
It was nothing. Because it's funny because that Monday I was looking at like GameStop and it was like $9.
Yes.
So like the thing is that I think Athens talking more for the integrity of the market of people who
But
actually,
the market has no integrity.
and that was what I was gonna go into because I was just like, if it's a free market, if we're calling it a free
It's
market,
free.
then it's kind of like the Wild Wild West. What goes goes.
Exactly.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
That's the free part. That's the free
You can't
part.
get mad when you lose money. Because if I go and I invest my money and I lose money, I gotta take that on the chin, no?
Exactly.
Yes or no?
Exactly.
Yes or no? So when they do it and they lose money, they gotta take it.
But when they lost money, it's like crying.
So,
Oh,
Axel,
you can't do this.
I'm hearing you.
Wait, come on.
Actually, I'm hearing you 100%.
I get what he's saying.
Because I know you're playing devil's advocate because I hear you and like what you're saying fundamentally makes sense.
But the market has
But you're that.
I just had to get you guys to think about that.
I get what you're saying. I'm not saying you're wrong, bro. But here's the thing, though. What makes Elon Musk say one thing about a stock and then that stock skyrocket? Does Elon Musk get to dictate that stock thing value?
Because he's rich and what he's
right?
matters.
So now Elon Musk gets to skyrocket that.
He's an influencer.
But the little people can't put GameStop shit up to make bread. That's very convenient.
For example, let's say Stars, right? Stars is like doing amazing, right? And we know why Stars is doing amazing. Let's say 50 Cent and all his producers were like, we leaving Stars. Do you think the stock is gonna go up or it's gonna start going down?
The stock is gonna go down because it's 50 Cent. Understandable.
It's kind of like the same.
That's the free of the market, bro. That's the
I didn't try to
free.
make that
Niggas is
too.
not understanding.
No, we get it. I get it.
That's the free. But when you get to cry, say, "Oh, I'm losing bread because they're doing this."
People that got money talk about losing money. I'm like, how much money did you need to lose? Shut up.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like,
That's
what?
what I'm saying. So the free.
So the millions of dollars you had, you now can't feed your family. How? You didn't lose that
No,
much.
but they
money.
did actually. No, there was a company that actually filed. One or two that filed for bankruptcy.
And the government saved them.
Real money? They don't give a fuck. I don't care.
Thank you.
Because they've been making money.
It's a free market.
That's the free, bro.
Do you feel bad when people go to Vegas and gamble and lose? No. So it's free.
That's the free, but it's not really free because look what happened. Robin Hood was dictating what you can buy, what you can't buy. I can't buy stock on Clubhouse because all of a sudden it's not profitable. It's like $9 now. Like what?
I'm trying to buy stock. I'm trying to buy stock in Clubhouse.
We can't buy it,
I know
bro.
that joint is gonna be.
It's gonna blow up.
Wait, why you can't buy it? It's
I don't know why. I'm trying to figure it out. I've been trying to do
It's not available. All of a sudden it's not available.
It's really funny because I'm starting to realize there are a lot of things in the market that you can't buy.
This is trash.
Yeah.
Like I really was looking at stuff to buy. I can't buy. Like for example, there's something that Steph Curry. The machines that are like on the wall and you can the resistance like it's on the wall. But they're like a machine that does it now. So I was like, yo, Tonal.
Yeah.
I was looking to invest in something like that. I'm like, how are these celebrities putting bread or pumping bread into it?
You can't.
You gotta do it privately. That's private.
It's private, right? So I don't think that's on the public market yet. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, that's annoying because I was like, if that was on the public market, I wouldn't put my bread in there because I know every gym in the future is going to have that.
But
you know what I'm saying?
well, why do they get to dictate that? That's what I'm saying.
It's not public.
I'm saying, but what is there?
If it's there, then nobody should be able to say anything else.
I'm saying that's what Robin Hood did was just foul.
Yeah, Robin Hood was corny.
And they deserve to be destroyed for it. That's the free market.
And Robin Hood was corny.
Relax,
but it wasn't just Robin Hood. It was like a whole bunch of.
No, I know Robin Hood was known, but
most of them did it.
Wait, anyone of you buy stock?
I buy stuff. I'm waiting for that stimulus so I can actually. I'm being so serious.
I know I wasn't into this during GameStop. I was into.
I had Robin Hood.
I had Robin Hood like half years ago. I don't know what people are talking about. I got my stuff already set up, but see, what's crazy is I didn't even like look at my Robin Hood app this whole time while this was going on. Because I was just like,
neither.
I don't care. That was panic buying. Everyone that was doing that is just panic buying.
Yeah, I don't.
No, but some people came up. Hey, you put 300, you made 30 bands, bro. Hey, you came up. Nice.
You're gonna find like one in every like 1 million that maybe made some like decent money.
Exactly.
And that's wrong,
Hey.
right?
That could be me. I'll take it.
I think we're gonna leave off with that then. All right, guys. This was a good discussion. We're probably gonna have a part 3, part 4, part 5 because you know this game.
It's a rolling conversation.
This game don't stop.
With no progress. Somebody talk about the same stuff.
We'll come back to Joe Biden's legacy or 2 years, see what he says as an excuse why he didn't get shit done.
2 years. We're gonna see what he does in the first 6 months.
Joseph, if you ever get to watch this podcast, listen.
Yeah.
Student loans.
That's a fact.
Please.
No, real talk. No,
Back.
that's a fact.
All right, guys. This is the JP and Carl podcast. Again, great having you guys
Thank you,
here.
guys.
Always great discussions. And make sure you subscribe, you follow, you share, you like.
Comment. Let us know what you guys think.
Criticism, they need that.
Damn, I don't know about all that.
Constructive.
Constructive, of course.
We out.